And my best friend, she a real bad.
They don't have ass like me.
You can't talk about Angel Reese's wildest moments without mentioning her viral twerking video. But it didn't attract as much attention as her appearance on MTV's Wild 'N Out in Chicago that got even NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal talking. In this video, we're breaking down some of her wildest, most talked about moments, and trust me, some of this is actually crazier than you'd expect. The twerking video. We start our countdown with a moment that perfectly encapsulates Angel Reese's fearless approach to self-expression and her complete disregard for traditional athlete expectations. June 2025 brought a cultural earthquake when Angel Reese stepped onto a stage with rapper Sexy Red and participated in what would become one of the most viral moments of the year. The incident occurred during a Sexy Red concert where Angel Reese made a surprise appearance. What started as a simple celebrity cameo quickly transformed into a cultural moment when the two began dancing together in a way that would immediately capture the attention of social media and spark intense debate about athlete behavior. The moment was captured and shared on X, formerly Twitter, with the video showing Angel Reese and Sexy Red twerking for the camera. As .com covered the backlash after on-stage twerking, highlighting how the incident immediately divided public opinion. Some viewed it as a young woman having fun and expressing herself, while others saw it as inappropriate behavior for a professional athlete. Instagram users shared the video with captions like, "Sexy Red got Angel Reese twerking," emphasizing how the rapper had influenced Reese's decision to participate. Facebook posts declared that Angel Reese and rapper Sexy Red broke the internet by showing off their talents, using quotation marks around talents, in a way that suggested both praise and criticism. YouTube channels quickly picked up the story with videos titled, "Angel Reese goes viral after video surface of her twerking with Sexy Red," showing how the incident had become a major news story. The Spun reported on how Reese was taking heat for the inappropriate video, highlighting the immediate criticism. Our next moment would take us back to where it all began, the championship game taunt that first introduced the world to Angel Reese's unapologetic competitive spirit. Mocking Caitlin Clark in the 2023 NCAA championship. It was April 2nd, 2023, and the LSU Tigers were in the process of dismantling the Iowa Hawkeyes in the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship game. What should have been a celebration of LSU's dominance instead became a cultural flashpoint that divided the basketball world. As the final minutes ticked away and LSU's victory became inevitable, Angel Reese found herself caught up in the emotion of the moment. But instead of simply celebrating with her teammates, she made a choice that would follow her for years to come. With cameras capturing every second, Reese turned toward Iowa's bench and delivered the now infamous "you can't see me" gesture, the same taunt that Caitlin Clark had used against other opponents throughout the tournament. The moment was electric, controversial, and absolutely explosive. Social media erupted immediately, with the video garnering over 212,000 views on YouTube alone, while TikTok users shared the clip over 250,000 times. According to Fox Sports, the gesture immediately sparked a heated debate about sportsmanship and appropriate behavior in championship games. NPR's extensive coverage of the incident highlighted the broader implications of the "you can't see me" gesture, noting how it exposed deep divisions in how fans and media personalities viewed athlete expression. Perhaps most telling was Reese's own explanation of her motivations. In a revealing interview with the New York Post, Reese didn't back down from her actions, instead doubling down on what she saw as justified retaliation for perceived disrespect. She made it clear that this wasn't a moment of poor judgment. It was a calculated response to what she viewed as Clark's earlier behavior. This college championship taunt would prove to be just the beginning of the Angel Reese-Caitlin Clark saga, as their rivalry would soon transition to the professional level where the stakes would be even higher and the physical confrontations even more intense. Up next is a fashion moment that sparked a whole lot of controversy. The Wild 'N Out appearance that had legends talking. October 2024 brought an Angel Reese moment that would perfectly encapsulate her willingness to push boundaries and challenge conventional expectations of how professional athletes should present themselves. Her appearance on MTV's Wild 'N Out in Chicago would become a viral sensation, not just for her participation in the show, but for her bold fashion choices that had the internet buzzing for weeks. The incident occurred during a special Chicago taping of the popular comedy show, where Angel Reese made a surprise appearance that immediately caught everyone's attention. But it wasn't just her presence that made headlines. It was her choice of outfit that would spark conversations about athlete expression and body positivity. TMZ covered the story extensively, reporting on how Reese stunned in booty shorts at the taping, emphasizing how her fashion choice had immediately become the talk of the event. Facebook users shared videos showing Angel Reese popped out at Wild 'N Out show in Chicago in some short shorts, with the phrase "popped out," suggesting both her surprise appearance and the impact of her outfit choice. TMZ's video coverage was titled "Angel Reese Stuns in booty shorts at Wild 'N Out taping, emphasizing how her appearance had become the primary focus of the event. YouTube channels picked up the story with videos like Angel Reese stuns in booty shorts at Wild 'N Out show Vertical Bar TMZ Sports, showing how the incident had warranted coverage from major sports media outlets. Instagram posts celebrated her appearance with captions like, Angel Reese continues being the baddie that she is, using contemporary slang to praise her confidence and style. However, the appearance would later become controversial when it intersected with comments made by NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal. Social media posts began circulating that claimed Angel Reese got upset with Shaq after he kept fantasizing about her dunking in the tiny shorts, suggesting that her outfit choice had led to inappropriate commentary from the basketball legend. While this moment showcased Reese's confidence in expressing herself through fashion and entertainment, our next entry would demonstrate how she handled inappropriate responses to that expression, confronting a basketball legend directly and teaching the world about boundaries and respect. The Shaq podcast confrontation that exposed uncomfortable truths. October 2024 brought one of the most uncomfortable and revealing moments in Angel Reese's career when she found herself having to confront inappropriate comments made by NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal during her own podcast. What should have been a routine interview between two basketball personalities quickly transformed into a teachable moment about boundaries, respect, and the challenges faced by female athletes. The incident occurred during what was supposed to be a friendly conversation on Angel Reese's podcast, where Shaq had been invited as a guest. However, the interview took an uncomfortable turn when O'Neal made comments about Reese's appearance at the Wild 'N Out taping, specifically referencing her outfit choice in a way that many viewed as inappropriate and unprofessional.
Bro, imagine you in
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Newsweek covered how Shaq's comments were making the podcast go viral, but not in the way that anyone involved would have wanted. The coverage suggested that the interview had become a cultural moment for all the wrong reasons, highlighting problematic attitudes that many thought had been left in the past. The Independent was particularly critical, describing Shaq's comments as creepy, using language that captured how many viewers interpreted his remarks about Reese's outfit and appearance. Reddit users created extensive threads analyzing the backlash to Shaq's remarks about the shorts, with detailed discussions about the appropriateness of his comments. Bet.com covered the backlash over comments on Reese's outfit, emphasizing how the criticism wasn't just about one inappropriate comment, but about a pattern of behavior that many found problematic. Yahoo News covered how Shaq was facing backlash for the comments, showing how the incident had become a major news story. The New York Post reported on how Shaq sparked backlash over the creepy comment, using the same characterization that had become prevalent across multiple media outlets. WBLS was particularly harsh, slamming Shaq for inappropriate comments, using language that suggested the basketball legend had committed a serious breach of professional conduct. What made this moment particularly wild was how it demonstrated Angel Reese's maturity and professionalism in handling an uncomfortable situation. Rather than simply ignoring the comments or laughing them off, she addressed them directly, creating a teachable moment about respect and appropriate behavior in sports media. The WNBA flagrant foul that reignited the rivalry. Just when it seemed like the Angel Reese-Caitlin Clark drama might be settling into history, their transition to the WNBA brought a whole new chapter of controversy that proved their college rivalry was far from over. June 2024 would demonstrate that, if anything, the professional stage would only amplify the intensity of their encounters and add a physical dimension that had fans questioning whether this was simply competitive basketball or something much more personal. The Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever matchup was already circled on every basketball fan's calendar, but what transpired during their WNBA encounter exceeded even the most dramatic expectations. In a game that was physical from the opening tip, tensions reached a boiling point when Angel Reese committed what would later be classified as a flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark. The incident, which drew over 1.2 million views on YouTube, showed Reese making hard contact with Clark during what appeared to be a routine basketball play. But in the context of their history, nothing between these two players could be considered routine. Play everybody is talking about, all right? Angel Reese gets the offensive board here. Watch how Clark fouls to keep the 2 points off the board. She said afterward, Reese immediately gets back up, and then Clark's holding her hands up.
Play that everybody is talking about. All right, Angel Reese gets the offensive board here, but watch Clark foul to keep the 2 points off the board. She said afterward, Reese immediately gets back up, and then Clark's holding her hands up.
The video clearly showed the aggressive nature of the contact, leading to immediate speculation about intent. CBS Sports quickly reported that the foul was upgraded to a flagrant one, indicating that the officials deemed the contact to be unnecessary or excessive. This wasn't just a hard foul. It was a statement play that sent shockwaves through the WNBA community and reignited all the debates that had started during their college careers. The aftermath was immediate and intense. CNN's coverage included video of Clark discussing the flagrant foul, where she attempted to downplay the incident while clearly being affected by what had transpired. Her diplomatic response only seemed to fuel more speculation about the true nature of the contact. Social media exploded with analysis and hot takes, with Facebook users sharing clips of the incident and TikTok creators providing detailed breakdowns of the contact. The incident became a Rorschach test for basketball fans. Some saw it as simply hard, competitive basketball, while others viewed it as a continuation of the animosity that had started in college. While this incident involved a specific rival and calculated aggression, our next moment would show that Angel Reese's competitive fire could explode against any opponent when someone crossed a line that should never be crossed in basketball. The hair-pulling altercation that nearly started a brawl. During a heated matchup between the Chicago Sky and the Connecticut Sun, what started as a routine rebound battle quickly escalated into something far more serious and potentially dangerous. The incident began during what appeared to be a standard play under the basket. Players from both teams were positioning themselves for a rebound when suddenly, the situation took a dramatic turn. In the midst of the physical play, Angel Reese's hair was grabbed and pulled by an opponent, an action that immediately transformed a basketball play into something much more personal and inflammatory. The moment was captured on video and quickly went viral, with ESPN providing coverage of how Angel Reese gets hair pulled, tempers flare between Sky and Sun. The footage showed not just the initial hair-pulling incident, but also Reese's immediate and explosive reaction to what she clearly viewed as a completely unacceptable escalation of physical play. Yahoo Sports reported that the incident left Reese wanting to fight the entire team, highlighting just how inflammatory the hair-pulling had been. This wasn't just about a single opponent. Reese's reaction suggested she was ready to take on anyone who supported or defended the action that had just occurred. The video that circulated on YouTube showed Angel Reese was ready to fight everyone after getting her hair pulled, capturing the raw emotion and fury that the incident had unleashed. Outkick's coverage emphasized how Reese was fuming over the hair pull, describing the intensity of her reaction. Social media erupted with reactions, including Instagram posts highlighting the incident with captions like "pulling her hair," #diabolical, showing how fans viewed the hair pulling as crossing a line that shouldn't be crossed in competitive sports. Facebook users shared videos of Angel Reese's tense altercation with Sun players over hair pull, with the footage showing multiple players getting involved. The situation became so chaotic that YouTube channels posted videos titled "Chaos Ensues After Hartley Yanks Angel Reese's Hair," emphasizing how the incident had transformed what should have been a routine basketball play into something resembling a street fight. While this hair-pulling incident showed Reese's explosive reaction to being personally violated during play, our next moment would reveal a completely different side of her intensity, the ability to maintain focus and perform even when dealing with the most unexpected circumstances. The contact lens miracle that defied all logic. During a crucial WNBA game, what should have been a routine equipment malfunction instead became a viral sensation that showcased Reese's incredible ability to perform under the most unusual circumstances. The incident occurred during active play when Angel Reese's contact lens became dislodged, creating a situation that would have stopped most athletes in their tracks. Instead of calling for a timeout or stepping away from the action, Reese made a decision that would immediately become legendary among basketball fans worldwide. TikTok users captured the moment with videos titled "Angel Reese scores despite losing her contact lens," showing the incredible sequence of events that followed. The footage revealed a player who was so locked into the game that even a vision impairment couldn't break her concentration. ESPN provided coverage of how Angel Reese loses a contact, still scores in one bucket, emphasizing the remarkable nature of her achievement. The fact that she not only scored but also drew a foul for an and-one opportunity made the moment even more incredible and unlikely. Threads users shared the story with posts like, "Angel Reese really gave her coach her contact and still scored," highlighting the surreal nature of the interaction. The image of a professional athlete handing off her contact lens to coaching staff while continuing to play basketball was so unusual that it seemed almost too bizarre to be real. Instagram posts celebrated the moment with captions like, "Lost a lens but not the vision," using wordplay to capture both the literal and metaphorical aspects of what had occurred. Additional TikTok coverage included, "Angel Reese dominates despite losing her contact lens," emphasizing how the incident hadn't just been a one-time occurrence, but part of a broader pattern of dominant play. While this moment showcased Reese's incredible focus and adaptability during a bizarre circumstance, our next entry would reveal how that same intensity could manifest in much more confrontational ways when dealing with authority figures and coaching decisions. The coaching confrontation that showed her competitive fire. February 2025 brought one of the most intense displays of competitive passion in Angel Reese's career, when frustration over officiating led to a heated exchange with her own coaching staff. The incident occurred during the final minutes of a tightly contested game, where the Chicago Sky was fighting for every advantage they could get. After what appeared to be a questionable foul call that resulted in Reese picking up her 6th personal foul and being ejected from the game, her frustration reached a boiling point that would be captured on camera and shared across social media. The moment was captured on X, formerly Twitter, with the description Angel Reese yelling in her coach's face to challenge the call, showing the raw emotion and intensity of her reaction. The footage revealed a player who was completely consumed by the competitive moment and unwilling to accept what she viewed as an injustice. Chicity Sports provided extensive coverage, including video of Reese screaming at coach, emphasizing how the incident had been captured in vivid detail. Facebook users shared videos titled Angel Reese yells at coach to challenge after big game, with the footage showing the intensity of her demand that the coaching staff use their challenge to contest the call. Fox Banger reported on how Reese was screaming after fouling out, providing context for her emotional reaction. The coverage suggested that her outburst wasn't just about the single call, but about the frustration of being removed from a crucial game at such an important moment. YouTube channels captured the incident with videos like Angel Reese screams at coach after fouling out, showing how the moment had become significant enough to warrant its own dedicated coverage. Additional YouTube coverage included Angel Reese fouled out after dropping 20 to 20 inches, providing context for her frustration by highlighting her exceptional performance in the game. This explosive confrontation with coaching staff would pale in comparison to our next incident, where Reese's frustration would manifest in an even more dramatic physical outburst that would become one of the season's most shocking moments. The clipboard incident. During a crucial game against the Washington Mystics, with emotions running high and the season hanging in the balance, Reese's frustration reached a breaking point that would be captured on camera and replayed countless times across social media. The incident occurred during the final minutes of what was shaping up to be a devastating loss for the Chicago Sky. As tensions mounted and the game slipped away, team staff members attempted to communicate strategy and keep players focused. But Angel Reese, overwhelmed by the frustration of the moment, made a choice that would instantly become one of the most talked about incidents of the season, in a moment that Yahoo Sports described as a team implosion. Reese harshly slapped a clipboard out of a staff member's hands, sending papers flying and creating an immediate sensation both in the arena and on social media. The gesture was so unexpected and dramatic that it seemed to capture the essence of everything going wrong for the Sky at that moment. Fox News provided extensive coverage of the incident, describing how Reese knocked the clipboard during what they called a team implosion. The video quickly went viral on Facebook, with users sharing the clip of Reese harshly slapping the clipboard out of the staff member's hands. TMZ picked up the story, providing detailed coverage of the incident that occurred in the final minute versus Mystics, emphasizing how the timing made the outburst even more dramatic. With the game virtually over and the season potentially on the line, Reese's frustration boiled over in the most visible way possible. The aftermath was swift and intense. YouTube channels began posting videos with titles like "Coach snaps on Angel Reese in shocking press conference." Though these were largely exaggerated, the incident became a lightning rod for discussions about player behavior, emotional regulation, and the pressures faced by professional athletes. Bleacher Report's coverage noted that Reese later called it a heat moment, showing that she recognized the inappropriate nature of her actions. This admission of fault actually humanized her in the eyes of many fans, who could relate to moments of overwhelming frustration. While this moment showed Reese's frustration exploding in a spontaneous outburst, our final entry would demonstrate how her intensity could create drama even in the most routine circumstances, proving that with Angel Reese, even the simplest interactions could become viral sensations. The camera confrontation. Our final wild moment takes us to a recent incident that perfectly encapsulates the intensity and passion that has defined Angel Reese's career, while also revealing the complex relationship between modern athletes and the constant media scrutiny they face. During a highly emotional game where frustrations were running high and every possession carried enormous weight, Reese's interaction with broadcast cameras provided a revealing glimpse into the mental and emotional challenges faced by professional athletes under constant surveillance. The incident occurred during a particularly intense moment in the game when emotions were running high and the pressure of the situation was clearly affecting multiple players on the court. As cameras continued to capture every reaction and gesture, Angel Reese reached a point where the constant surveillance became too much to handle, leading to a confrontation that would be replayed and analyzed across social media. Facebook users shared videos titled "Video, Frustrated Angel Reese Tries to Push Camera Away," capturing the moment when her frustration with the constant media attention reached a boiling point. The footage showed a player who was clearly overwhelmed by the pressure and scrutiny of professional sports. Newsbreak provided coverage of the frustrated Reese pushing camera away, emphasizing how the incident had become newsworthy in its own right. The coverage suggested that her reaction to the cameras was significant enough to warrant independent media attention beyond the game itself. However, the incident also showed Reese's ability to channel her emotions in positive ways. TikTok users captured how Angel Reese made sure to find the cameras after this and won, showing her celebrating a successful play by deliberately engaging with the same cameras she had previously pushed away. The contrast demonstrated her complex relationship with media attention and her ability to use it to her advantage. Ex-users shared, "Angel Reese found the camera after this and won," highlighting how she had transformed her frustration into celebration and engagement. The incident showed her understanding of how to work with media attention, rather than simply fighting against it. Essentially, Sports reported on the heated moment with staff caught on camera, providing additional context for the emotional intensity that had characterized the entire sequence. YouTube channels created content like "Angel Reese Meltdown Caught on Camera," though such titles were often more sensationalized than the actual content warranted. What made this moment particularly wild was how it perfectly captured the double-edged nature of media attention in professional sports. The same cameras that could make her a star and build her brand were also a source of pressure and frustration when emotions were running high. Her reaction showed the human side of professional athletics and the challenges of performing under constant scrutiny. Thanks for watching. Check out other cards on the screen.